Hello everybody, my name is Chris Tharp and today we're going over the basics of Gimp. This is basically just a quick overview, just like my last few videos. This is just getting to know it, so nothing advanced, just moving around for beginners only. We're going to start out with creating a new image, so we're going to go up to File, New, and here you get a couple options. You have your resolution and width and height. And just for this example, I'm going to go into advanced options, and in the fill width section, I'm going to select transparency. That allows us to render essentially a canvas with nothing, so that you can export later as a PNG file and layer that over top of things in your games. This is a great program for making sprites for your games or touching up things. I've personally had a lot of fun like rendering things in 3D in Blender, making sprite sheets out of them, bringing them into here, and then you can touch them up a little bit, add a little more detail, a little more variance, even do some really basic animation work in this program. Now the first thing we're going to go over is our different selection tools. Got the rectangle select right up there. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's got a couple different ways you can interact with it. It highlights the different ways. Got our ellipses select there. Same deal. The lasso tool is one of my favorites. It can be great for just like chunking things apart, you know, just cutting right through something. I know it would help if I had an actual thing to work with here. Let's see. I just hit enter right there to finalize my selection, and I'm gonna, just for fun, go up to select all, so that now the entire image is selected. And we are going to make something to manipulate. So we'll do a quick background first. This is your gradient tool right here, and it's great for doing like transitions between light and dark and skies. I mean, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with it. I've used it to make like laser beams, like these flare glow ones here. I'd say just, you know, click in there, mess around, just for fun. Let's do this right here. Alright, so I thought that was going to go the other way around, but that's okay. We'll hit enter to finalize it. And we can go up here and select layer, pop down to transform, and just select flip vertically. That's a little more like what I was going for. Alright, what else do we have here? Oh, another thing I didn't touch on is the magic wand here. That's pretty amazing. So just for fun, we'll take our elliptical selection tool, right click, and just go fill with foreground color. And you can see whenever I select a different tool that this is our selection right now. Whoops. There we go. This is our selection right here. So if we were to do anything within the image, like let's say go up to filters, render, pattern, checkerboard, it only is affected in that area. Let's mess with this real quick. Alright. And just a heads up to anybody that's watching this and does know what they're doing, I didn't start with a plan on this, so I'm just messing around, showing off the tools. I'm not trying to make anything pretty or create any art for any of my games. This is just to understand the tools better. Let's see here. Oh, next up we have our illustration tools. So that's going to be our pencil here and our brush. I usually just use the brush, but sometimes you might want the pencil for, more finely detailed things. It gets a little bit of a different effect, and there's different things you can do to affect those. So you have your different brushes right here. I believe also you're able to import more. You can affect the size of them. Sometimes the hardness or the force, like you get a much better result. Just kind of fiddling around with things. I'll turn the opacity down. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like the way that... I like that better than the solid black like that. Another cool thing I should mention, your layering abilities. So we actually have this selection here. We can just select layer and go to... Oh, I'm sorry. We can go to edit, cut, and then edit paste. And it'll paste it into a new floating selection layer. Go up to layer, hit to new layer, and now you're able to move this object around. Another couple fun things you can do with the selection tools. So we have this area right here within this layer that would be difficult to trace over or select by hand. But you can take this wand tool here, just click right in there, and then maybe we'll redo our checkerboard just like that. And I don't know why, but I'm just going to paint on it a little bit. Alright, another fun thing is draw modes. I'm just going to copy this over by hitting Control C and then Control V. And again, come up here and to new layer. Now we're able to select our move tool and drag that around. So we got another duplicate of that. But what we can do is over here in our draw modes, just mess with these to affect how that interacts with the things behind it. And you can do all sorts of cool stuff. Another quick, cool couple little things are filters. These things are a blast and you can do all sorts of cool stuff with them. So, we still have this top layer selected. I'm going to select filters. We'll go down to distort, and all of these are fun. I'd say just play around with them. Obviously, I can't show you what each one does. But let's try wind distortion. This has always been one of my favorite effects. And you can affect different things in here. The strength, the threshold. Obviously the strength is how powerful the effect is, and then the threshold essentially represents what's affected or how much is affected. I kind of like that. Got a couple different styles here. There we go. Alright, and we'll do another one on this guy. We'll try something else. Go over to filters, distort. Let's try a lens distortion. Just round it off a little bit. And we can change the draw mode on this one as well. I'm liking that right there. And last but not least, let's do something with our background. I'll just go up to filters again because that's what we're messing with at the moment. Let's try cubism. Yeah. We get a pretty cool effect with that. See if we can increase the tiles. Oh, nope. That was a bad move. That's got a pretty interesting look to it. Alright, anyway, that's pretty much a good overview of Gimp. It is great software, it is free software. And if you are benefiting from these at all, please like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. Once again, my name's Chris Tharp, and thanks for hanging out, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully have more to come.